Germany is praised for confronting its Nazi past, but its World War II ally Japan took a completely different path. Many of its war criminals were never punished, and some even became prime ministers. How did that happen? What does that mean for Asia today? This is not about hatred, this is about collective memory, and why forgetting history often means repeating it. Why Japan's war criminals were never fully purged? First of all, the Tokyo trial was limited by design. After World War II, the Allied powers held the Tokyo trial, but politically, it was far more limited than many people realize. Only a small group of Class A war criminals were convicted. Many others were not even indicted. And most critically, Emperor Hirohito was deliberately exempted from any responsibility. Such a vast war cannot be blamed on only a few individuals, but that was exactly what happened. Secondly, the Cold War, the moment everything changed. Only a few years later, the global situation shifted. The Cold War began, the Korean War broke out, the US decided Japan must be its frontline ally in Asia. That meant the complete opposite of punish Japan. It meant rehabilitate Japan as quickly as possible. So many Class A war criminals were paroled or released early. Others returned to politics and business. Some even became prime minister, like Nobusuke Kishi, a former suspected war criminal who later shaped Japan's post-war politics. In short, Japan's wartime elites were never truly removed. They simply came back with a new political label. Thirdly, Japan never had a deep demilitarization like Germany. Germany was forced into full denazification, full exposure of concentration camps, continuous Holocaust education. Japan did not go through anything comparable. Japan was rebuilt as a peaceful nation, but underneath, many wartime mindsets were never dismantled. They were simply covered. How Japan gradually beautified and sanitized its wartime history. Number 1. Textbook revisions. From confession to softening, then to beautification. Right after World War II, Japanese textbooks clearly described invasions, massacres, colonization, but from the 1950s onward, the Ministry of Education began censoring consent. Invasion became advance or entry. Nanjing Massacre was shortened or questioned. Comfort women were minimized or erased. By the 1980s, the problem exploded publicly. In 1982, some textbook reviewers recommended replacing the word invasion with advance. One word change can reshape national memory. Invasion is a crime. Advance is neutral military movement. This was not accidental. It was a systematic attempt to soften history. Number 2. The narrative shifted. Japan as a victim, not a perpetrator. Japanese education places heavy emphasis on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, firebombing of Tokyo, suffering of ordinary Japanese civilians. These tragedies are real and heartbreaking. But when Japan as a victim dominates textbooks, and Japan as an aggressor becomes only a few lines, a new generation grows up believing war is nothing. War is terrible for everyone. Japan suffered too. So it is okay to forget them. This is not honest history. This is selective memory. Number 3. Right-wing revisionism. Open denial and historical whitewashing. From the late 1990s onward, revisionist groups published new textbooks claiming to offer a proud history. Some politicians visited Yasukuni Shrine to honor Class A war criminals. Others publicly denied the Nanjing Massacre or forced comfort women. A clear example. When Sanae Takaichi first entered parliament 31 years ago, she attacked Prime Minister Murayama for apologizing for Japan's wartime aggression. This reveals exactly where she stands. Number 4. Apology diplomacy versus real action. Japan issued several apologies, including the important Mulayama Statement in 1995. But apologies without consistent education, justice, and accountability are fragile. You cannot apologize in English and then erase the atrocity in Japanese textbooks. You cannot mourn peace, but argue today that Japan should intervene militarily in Taiwan. For countries that suffered under Japanese invasion, this is not geopolitics. This is the shadow of history returning. History is not a burden, it is a mirror. If a nation deliberately erases that mirror, delete words like invasion from textbooks, downplay massacres, glorify war criminals, then the same mistakes do not fade away. They come back with new clothes. Remembering atrocity is not holding a grudge. It is the only way to prevent it from happening again.